Hello, Buddhas. Today we are going to talk about everything that you lose when you go through spiritual awakening. Now, before we get started, I want to thank every single one of you for subscribing. I want to thank every single one of you for hitting that like button, and especially thank all of you for hitting the bell notification, switching that to all, so that you can get notified when we create and submit and upload fabulous videos. Now, what have you lost on your spiritual journey? Because I can tell you this, I have been losing all kinds of things from my life. And we are somewhat programmed to believe that loss is this thing to avoid and negative, and don't lose things. Hold on to everything that you have really, really tight, or else it'll go somewhere. Let me tell it to you straight. We came into this world without very much going on other than ourselves. And hopefully your loving parents took care of you. Mine did. But ultimately, all this stuff that you've got, all the relationships that you have, all the people in your life, all the stuff in your home, all the gadgets and all this BS, none of it is real and none of it matters. And why do I say that so drastically? Well, I have lost a lot of things along this journey. It's one of those aspects that doesn't really get talked about, but it's so powerful and so potent and so important to discuss, and that is why I'm discussing it. When you raise your vibration, if that's what we're going to call it, you are changing yourself from the inside out, and your world is reflecting that. And this may be specific to my journey, but I believe that it can apply to all journeys out there. When you leave one place and go to another, or go from one level of vibration to another, again, the scale doesn't matter which direction it is in, it just is a transition. Not everything that's at that initial level is going to come with you. And learning that lesson has been very challenging for me, very interesting to come to terms with, understanding that I'm not meant to hold on to absolutely everything in my life, right? Perfect example. The woman who is responsible for essentially triggering this most recent year of my spiritual understanding is not really a part of my life anymore. And as much as that pains me, it has been one of the most cathartic, most empowering, most incredible learning experiences to kick me off onto this journey. And I am literally eternally grateful for what she did for me. But coming to terms with that is not always easy. And this video is not about me coming to terms with anything, or telling any of my viewers, any of you, how to come to terms with that. Because I haven't quite figured it out, and I'm not into bullshitting. Everything I talk about is what I do believe is the case, and that can change. But right now, I'm going through an incredibly powerful feeling of things are falling away, but they're supposed to. What we're here to do is to come to terms with us, ourselves, our psyche, not everyone else. And we've discussed before that the world is you pushed out. And we've discussed that you can blame people and you can accuse others and you can be upset and angry, but that's just really holding you back. What I'm coming to terms with now, and what I'm hoping to express to you, my friends, is we are the only thing holding ourselves back. And the part of us that holds us back is that unwillingness to go into the uncomfortable, to go into the unknown, which is the, I don't know what my life would be like if I didn't have a cell phone. I don't know what my life would be like if I didn't have anybody to talk to. I don't know what my life would be like if I was stuck indoors most of the day in one square room. Wait, no, actually I do know what that's like, because that's where I'm at right now. But it's still fascinating to see how we've lost so many things in this year that we normally used to take for granted, being able to go outside without having to put something over your face, that used to feel normal. Now it's like, I can't wait to get back there. But the lessons that it teaches, the loss, is so incredibly powerful that it's starting to make me come to terms with what I really appreciate and love in this world. And it's not the garbage that I used to think it was. It's not who's texting me on my cell phone. It's not how many friends you have. It's none of that. What actually matters is the connections that you make that are real. And there's just a beginning of this starting to happen in my life, where I'm finding people who I actually resonate with and can have conversations with, where it's not a back and forth argument over what's being discussed. It's an intellectual discussion about points of view. And I'm discovering that about myself personally, that that's what really matters. I don't care who's right or wrong. I'm releasing that burden of right or wrong. What I care about now is, what's your message? What do you have to say? And how can I learn from that? Whether I agree with it 100% or not is irrelevant. And that's been one of the most challenging things for me to drop, to lose, to let go of. But it's turning into one of the most empowering processes I've ever had. Because now, instead of having to be right all the time and I am right and you are wrong, I'm letting that go. And just thinking to myself, I have my point of view, but what's yours? So I'd love to know down in the comments if there's something in this world that maybe meant a lot to you, or maybe it turns out that it doesn't. But things that you have lost, things that you are hoping to get back. Let us know down in the comments below what is going on, because if 2020 is teaching us anything, it's that we can't really hold on to anything and take it for granted anymore. We have to really pick and choose what we love and appreciate, and to focus all of our time and effort onto those aspects. So, Buddhas, if there's anything you'd like to know, leave me a comment down below with questions. We can create more and more content. And remember to keep that subscribe bell ringing so that you can get our videos every single day when they come out. And remember, Buddhas, the absolute most important thing that you can do is to love yourself.